if I... Whoops. Shit. Well, now that I'm down here, I may as well try to get some extra cover. Anyway.
No.
That's okay. I need 2.5, and I've got 3, so... Yeah, it does in fact track it more, with more accuracy than it displays it. Like
it's each point is 255.
Well, the full thing is when it's full, it's 255. Each notch is whatever an eighth that is.
And then each
like
frame
32.
that you have hover turned on takes off that counter.
Yeah. Okay, this is semi-serious time because sometimes these guys can not. Yeah. Okay, good.
It's pretty good line for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was as far as most people got.
At the very beginning, you realize it's fast.
If you pay attention, you can kind of see that there's a ledge up there when you start the game.
Yeah.
That apparently there's actually something in the instruction guide.
Yeah, if you were lucky enough to get the instruction manual, that did have maps in it. So.
A NES game, I don't think you're very lucky to get that kind of thing.
Well, nowadays certainly, yeah.
I'm unfortunately one of those posers who only got a NES like 2 years ago.
Well, better late than never.
My NES is like 9 months old. My NES is the one I had back when I was a kid.
Yeah, mine too.
And it works. I just had to slip out the
Obviously, my parents didn't love me that much. Okay?
I've been
Sorry.
Yeah.
What, they get you a Sega instead?
They did get me a Genesis.
Yeah, speaking of music, I mean, this level I think has really sophisticated music for an NES game, because we have both a chromatic scale and a tempo change.
Yeah, fun fact about...
Yeah, I can play this level.
Fun fact about the level 1 soundtrack, there's actually a game command buried in it. When you're playing the little intro sequence, there's a particular note that tells the tank that it actually needs to, like, do the little fly down the tunnel maneuver.
Huh.
If the wrong music is playing, or if no music is playing at all, the tank will just sit there forever.
Alright, I guess I'll read a few donations here. We got a $10 donation. Well, we already read this one. His comment came up. Matthew Hume said, "Give me the tank. Oh, and keep fighting cancer, saving lives, yada yada, and all."
Mostly concerned about the tank.
Yeah, mostly the tank. $15 from Hampus Berggren. "I've always loved what you're doing. SDA is great, and your charity work proves your collective awesomeness even further. Best regards, a fan."
Okay, let's see if I get this on the
Alright,
first try.
Alright, pretty difficult skip coming up here.
Oh, damn it! Okay,
there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, basically in this game, instant kill regions like water and lava and stuff, you can walk through them if you are using your invincibility frames from taking damage from an enemy.
Yeah, doing that saves probably about 30 or 40 seconds of walking, so it's good.
And then the level 7 boss tunnel has 4 of those.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much time that saves. Those are a lot more difficult too.
Yeah, it's a pretty small window you have after you take damage to get across.
Yeah, so this boss I'm doing normally just because it's boring to fight him otherwise.
Normally you
That's the frog.
Yeah.
With, yeah, like pause.
Yeah, with the pause glitch.
Don't check frog. No! Aren't you supposed to save? Wow.
Yeah, so the way the pause glitch actually works is that when you hit the pause button during a boss fight, there's actually a different subroutine that gets called, because you don't actually get to see the normal menu. It basically just pauses the AI for the boss and a number of other things, but for those 4 bosses that it works on, it doesn't pause the collision detection algorithms or the health decreasing functions for damage. So the downside to that is it does work on you too, and that's a real danger for the level 7 boss, that if you get hit by its first fireball at the same time you hit it with the grenade, you'll get a double KO.
Alright, I'll go through a few more donations here. We got $100 from Daniel Ramar. No comment as of yet, but thank you very much.
And there's also a bad version of the pause glitch where if you let the demo for the game run and then start it, the flag for the game being in demo mode never gets reset, so the first time you press start, it resets back to the title screen.
That happens if you reset the console during the demo, because the reset routine doesn't reset that flag. So then as soon as you start the game, it still thinks it's in demo mode, and then as soon as you hit start, oh, I'm in demo mode still? Okay, I can go back to the title screen. So that happened to Mecha Richter, I think. He was streaming the game a few months ago.
I think that was me, actually.
Was that? Oh, that was you.
That was me. I was actually playing while I was on Mecha Richter's stream.
Oh, that's right. He fought the last boss, didn't he? He took over
Mecha
the last
Richter, yeah,
boss.
because I was mashed out from the crab at that point.
Right. Is he in the room, by the way? Mecha Richter?
I don't think he's awake.
I don't see an abundance of vision here.
Okay.
That does not narrow it down a whole lot, this marathon.
We've got a $10 donation from David Galnack. I refuse to read the first half of your comment, but I will read the part that says.
Okay, here's the skip that I'm sure many of you are familiar with by now. Wow. I did it by accident.
Friday, my Rebecca Black, so just...
I got knocked into the door and it still works.
So the way that skip works is that if he turns around at the exact frame that he enters the door, he'll reverse the animation for walking through and be able to skip through it. And then there's some side effects too, as far as detaching Jason's sprite from the map. And I think it's like 8 times or something if you do that.
I forget what the exact count is. If you do it too many times, it'll like freak the game out completely, and you'll probably get stuck in a wall at that point. Because what happens is, since the game can't hold the entire level in the screen or in memory at once, it has it has an array it uses to keep track of the collision around you, and it has, so you not only have an X and Y coordinate, but you have a tile coordinate, so it knows which tile to read in memory for a collision. And what happens is every time you do that glitch, it detaches your tile collision by a little bit. And unfortunately, that's not a useful glitch anywhere, except in the European version. It's kind of complex, and this is not the best time for me to be explaining anything.
I might explain it later, but these fish are some of the laggiest enemies in the game, despite having like 2 frames of animation.
Yeah, this is probably
complex shot pattern.
This is probably one of the more difficult portions of the run too. Just like trying to get through here without dying, because they're pretty random in how they move and fire.
So that's all that random calculation.
Yeah, plus when you kill them, their bodies don't go away right away. So they lag you even after you killed them, at least for a little while. Yeah, so I'm playing it a little safer here than I normally would, just because I know the boss is going to be a bit harder, since I have to use gun only. So I want to make sure I have plenty of health for that. It's not going to be it's mostly going to be longer. It's not going to be significantly more difficult, but I mean, the fact that it's going to be longer is...
Well, it's already a really tough boss.
Yeah.
And you want to get a lot of kills here, because if there's too much lag from enemy sprites, it might cause the boss to fail to spawn.
Yeah, and then I got to waste like a minute walking back out.
Giant enemy crab.
Oh my god.
It's a shot.
Bullet hell before bullet hell existed.
Yeah.
Love and Bob's Revenge.
This might be the closest thing.
So ordinarily, when you start that battle, there's a randomized number of frames where the crab sits still, just lets you spam grenades on him before he starts moving, and you switch to guns, so that's what made that fight more difficult.
Was that no damage?
I took 1 hit, so that was pretty good.
Yeah.
That wasn't too slow either. Actually, there's one other thing I forgot to mention earlier. I packed everything on my list except this game. Somehow I managed to forget to pack this game. So this is actually Michael Uyama's card. Oh, really? Well, it's got Mike's name on it, so I see.
Permanent?
But Mike has yet to give in to peer pressure to play it, though.
No, he played it briefly. He didn't even make it to the first boss before he switched to something else. I don't remember what it was.
Okay, we got a $10 donation from Josh Waters, who says, just saying thanks for another great marathon.
I think he was practicing something. I forget now.
Couldn't possibly be because he wants the blasphemous.
Yeah.
$10 from Keith Lawler. Sophia Tank is clearly an anti-cancer creation. Killing mutated frogs and crabs is just a warm-up.
So what's my time at, by the way?
Alright, Kark, what's the time at?
25:50.
25:50, yes.
Okay, that's all right considering I happen to be going a little slow.
And
You want to be past this down.
Yeah.
Electroshock strikes again. Chip
I want in on the tank too.
I'll take that.
It's from me. I want in on the tank. Put it towards Richter mode for Soden too.
So, towards Richter mode first.
Yeah. For an actual run, I'd want I forget exactly when it is that I kill the 5th boss in a normal run, but it's like 22 minutes-ish, I think. So the fact that I was like almost back at the tank at 25 minutes means this actually isn't going all that much slower than a normal run.
So the normal run you do screen.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have died trying to do that skip.
And a trick I didn't know when I first played this was if you hold down A when you're using the dive power up, it increases your speed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Is that actually a glitch or is that?
I don't think so. I mean, I'd be very surprised if it was a glitch. I don't think it's mentioned in the instruction manual anywhere though. I think I discovered it by accident.
It's kind of the same with the strafing, I guess. That's not.
Yeah, that's not in the instruction manual either. But that's, I mean, it's.
I mean, it was a feature that was included in like the later versions of this game, so.
Yeah, the Game Boy versions probably, or the Game Boy Color version specifically, Blaster Master Enemy Below, it's probably the closest thing to a proper sequel this game got. Yeah, that was really nutty. And it has strafing and fast dive in it, so. It also lets you turn the wall climbing off, which is kind of nice.
Oh yeah,
That's one feature I wish this game had, because once you get both of the wall climbing power-ups, you stick to corners really badly, and it makes jumping off of the corners really annoying.
We're gonna see the leap of faith this time.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
that. Shoot, I should have practiced that. Crap.
Yeah.
I wasn't originally going to do it, but since it happened to me anyway at Summer Games Done Quick, I decided I had to try to get my revenge on it.
Okay.
And I just realized I completely forgot to practice it at all. So we'll see.
Yes. Well, I got it first try when I was playing this a few months ago.
Yeah,
so.
I mean it's just a lot of wasted time if I miss it, but
I mean it's the ice physics that makes a lot of the jumps in this level so hard.
yeah.
To do fast, especially.
Gotta love them ice levels.
Yeah, so
Get to hear the rockin' music at
Yeah.
least a little bit more there.
random technical fact, it determines whether or not a block is ice depending on what color palette the block is using. If it's that orangish palette, it's not ice, but any of the other ones are. So Leap of Faith is in this next room here. Okay,
All right,
see
here
if
we
I
go.
get it. It's not this one, it's the next one. Yeah! Eat it!
Redemption!
Yeah, last
It's just, you gotta love tricks like that where it saves like very little time but costs so much if you screw it up.
Yes.
Alright, a few more donations. We got $10 from Ryan List. As I watch this, it's 2:15 a.m. in Japan. I was going to go to sleep, but I figured Blaster Master is something worth staying up for.
It is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Or Metafight is that donator is probably familiar with.
What was it? Did he say Japanese?
Or Metafight. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. It's good.
$20 from Mark Doling. Donation towards Super Mario Bros. 3, small Mario only.
It was up. What's that at, by the way? Super Mario Bros. 3.
Who cares? Keep donating for it.
We got a $150 donation from Kenneth Bruce.
Nice.
Okay, now I'm tapped out. I think I've decided I would really like to see a Richter run for Soda.
No.
Okay.
That probably puts it in the lead. I don't know. I haven't looked at it lately.
When is that game?
Soda?
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning.